Going live tonight. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Charlotte checking in, coming at you live this beautiful Thursday night. Very impromptu, like one person in the house. Thank you so much for watching, man. All I need is one. And yeah, I'm talking to somebody other than myself, huh? So, anyways, man, I was gonna go to bed tonight, man, and just got done posting my whole um good night post on Facebook, I guess, as it were. And then yeah, got too excited. A little something went down, and I decided to come on here live. So here we are. Yeah, Marlboro Man in the house. What is going on with you, brother? Hi. Thank you so much for joining, man. Thank you very much, man. Tech everything too. Portland made. JT is drunk. Moho Dojo. Khalil's awesome games. Junior Gutierrez, what is up? Rusbergu in the house. Boom, dropping bombs. Haha, Tan May and Rusbergu. Thank you guys for turning them wrenches, man. Turning them tools for me tonight, man. Joe Rogan in the house. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe Rogan. Joe Rodriguez in the house. Speaking of Joe Rogan, man, Dave Chappelle just came out with Dave Chappelle was on the show today, so I want to take a look at that, man. Scott Johnson, Rebecca Spratling in the house. Hey, Rebecca, much love to you right there. Daniel Bigley, Miss Shirley, turning the tool, and Johnny Lingo. Thank you guys for coming to work tonight. Yeah, man, it's a little late, man. You guys are late. Got to do better next time. No, I'm kidding, man. Matt Thrasher, what is up? Brother says, yo, what up, Chuck? How the fuck are you, brother? Man, I am doing splendid, man. I'm doing fantastic. And had to get on here and share with you guys, man. Yesterday, guys, I was last about 16 hours, I was kind of going through like a certain amount of anxiety, right? Like as you all know, I had applied for this new job, didn't get it. Turned around, they said that they did want to offer me the position. I had to go take the physical and everything, and then they had to run the background check, do my background check, and that is something like any of you guys that have, dicey backgrounds, I'm not the only one, we all make mistakes and stuff like that, and we all worry about those mistakes, you know what I mean? Those mistakes follow us for a very long time. And my mistakes were following me for quite a while, guys, man. Here it is 20 years later, and I was still worried about, whether I was going to whether I was going to land this opportunity of a lifetime, quite frankly, because of the sins of my past, because of shit that that I did whenever I was a younger, dumber version of me. You know what I mean? And I got an email yesterday, and it was letting me know that my background was being searched. Was going through and all that, and so I was on edge. I was afraid. Because like at Walmart, guys, I don't know if I told y'all a story or not, man. Back in 2014, after I'd lost my job, working at a paint store for almost 10 years, I would find myself living with my Uncle Bobby and working at these temp services like 2 days a week until I landed a position at Walmart, guys. And I was happy, so happy for it. Hey, this is Cotty Wampole. Thank you for joining us, Miss Aunt Becky. I wanted to see what you were doing this weekend. We were thinking about maybe trying to go out and do something or look at something, do a little vlogging or anything. So trying to see what you were up to, but anyways, yeah, let us know. But yeah, so man, Walmart, guys, I was gonna get a job at Walmart, and it's cold in here, man. I'm about to get a Jackie. Hold on a seckie. Woo, guys, this is a little cold in here. I think I got something to put on. No, okay, 2X. There we go. Okay. There we go. Oh, woo! Let's get this bad boy on right here. I am cold. Whew. Okay. That feels so much better, guys. Oh my goodness. I just got so chilly just then that I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Kara, what is up? Says finally caught the live stream. Thank you so much for joining. And oh yeah, I was talking about Walmart. Yeah, so guys, I was gonna get a job at Walmart during the holidays. I was gonna be putting together bicycles and stuff. And I went and interviewed with these people. Oh, there we go. Oops, I ripped it a little bit. We went and interviewed with the couple of the different bosses and stuff. Let me take off this. Kind of get myself together, guys. Sorry about that. Kind of an impromptu live stream, but I was going to go to bed, but then I noticed that Erica was having a conversation with Jennifer on Messenger, and it kind of got a little heated, and we'll talk about that in here shortly. But yeah. Yeah, kind of the reason I wanted to get on here. But before we get to that, yeah, so at Walmart, I was going to put together these bicycles, and I went and talked to 3 separate managers, guys. I went to 3 different interviews, 3 days in a row. And I really thought that I had the job. You know what I'm saying? Aunt Becky says, "Oh, snap. Yeah, I know, right?" We'll get into that. But so guys, like it was going so well, man. And on this last day, this last interview, one of the last things they asked me was, had I ever been convicted, And while Walmart, they will work with, convicted felons and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I had a theft related crime, as it were, so they called that what they call that? Incompatible, not incompatible, non-competitive. I was a non-competitive candidate, as it were. So that always kind of just worked in the back of my head. And there were a few other jobs that I wouldn't get, when I left Kendrion, this last job that I was at, I'd been there over a year and a half working temp, and they kept pushing the ball down, kept kicking the ball down the street. We're going to hire you on. We're going to hire you on. Maybe. Until finally, I heard from, the grapevine of this other job that I can get. So I walked, you know what I mean? And then I ended up not getting this other job neither. I think partly because of maybe my record or something. So, I was here recently down in the dumps about it as well, so, oh man. So I was sitting there with a certain amount of anxiety, and then today I got the message, filling out my paperwork and welcome, to the family and stuff. And I am hired on. Straight up, man, no temp service bullshit. Getting on damn near $20 a fucking hour starting out, you know what I mean? With benefits and yeah, an opportunity to grow, as opposed to this place where I was at, this last place I was at almost a year and a half, giving them all of my loyalty, you know what I mean? Just to kind of just be lied to and have that carrot just kind of dangled in front of me the whole time until I said, fuck it, And it's a testament, guys. It really is, man. If you're not happy with where you're at, man, then just straight up leave. You know what I mean? Don't stick around waiting for something that will not come. You know what I mean? Go out there and earn a better life. Look for something better. You know what I mean? And that's what we did. You know what I mean? And Erica found her something really, really well. And now I have me something really, really awesome, and we're fixing to have ourselves 2 vehicles, 2 separate working entities, you know what I mean? Working together as one, it's so awesome. And I just really couldn't see myself, succeeding, the way I am right now and the way I have, without Erica, you know what I mean? Like, she really is truly like a blessing, you know what I mean? A real angel, just that missing piece of the puzzle, you know what I mean? That I feel like that's been missing in my life, that I've needed, you know what I mean, in order to move on to the next phase in my life, you know what I mean? And Javi's like says, love the name of the new channel, guys. Back to being the Outsiders. I kind of like Travels Together, but the Outsiders just has that pop, has that ring, has that certain sound that resonates with us. You know what I mean? I am the outsider. You know what I'm saying? Erica, through being, associated and affiliated with me, you know what I mean? She has been labeled an outsider as well. We are the Outsiders, and we'll wear that badge proudly, And that's part of the reason why I decided to go live tonight, because, I was messing around with the phone. I've lost my phone now. It's been gone almost a month now. So, at nighttime, I kind of use Erica's phone a little bit to check my messenger and stuff. And I noticed that I was on her messenger, and I just happened to just hit the the filtered file. If there's people that you don't know that have sent you messages, then it'll go into a filtered file, where you may not know, you may not see. And Rispergu, thank you so very much, brother. Says, congratulations, Mr. Charlie, for the job. Careful, I heard Isaac has screenshots of the conversation with Jennifer. Yeah, and that's what I was going to go ahead and get at. You know what I mean? Was I noticed in the filtered file, guys, that Jennifer had sent Erica a message. Pretty much saying, yes, can I help you, ma'am? And so I guess apparently Erica, was kind of just going around, maybe snooping a little bit or whatever, and accidentally sent like a friend request to Jennifer back in September. And Erica didn't read it. It had been stuck in her filtered file, and just had been sitting there. And so I showed her, I was like, uh-oh, look, Jennifer sent you a message, and so Erica decides to respond, and they kind of had a couple things back and forth with each other, and pretty much just Jennifer had just told her, I don't know nothing about you, I don't say nothing about you, you know what I mean? So don't you say anything about me. Which we all know is just straight up bullshit. From the moment that me and Erica got together, you know what I mean? Jennifer was calling Erica Snaggletooth. You know what I mean? They were, whatever they could say and do to attack Erica. They were giving out, they had Isaac call Erica's work on live stream, and Jennifer was right there in the lobby. Yeah, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? You all have seen, Erica and Kimberly, not so much Kimberly, but Erica and Bridget and Michael and them. They have ripped Erica, numerous times needlessly. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I mean, Erica, she tries her best to try to stay civil about it, and she was being civil despite the fact that Jennifer was calling her a horrible person. You know what I mean? And saying that she never attacked Erica. You know what I mean? And I was just like, that's straight up bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, we've been here now for almost 3 years now. You know what I mean? Everybody has seen everything that you have said and done, to Erica. You know what I mean? Risperger says Erica is too kind with those people. Well, Erica is kind with everybody. You know what I mean? Erica really tries, and Erica really has a way of like containing herself. You know what I mean? And she did, she'll tell you about your ass, but she'll tell you kindly. You know what I mean? Like Erica's mama raised a lady. You know what I mean? And yeah, but when Erica feels like she's being attacked, she comes out and she defends herself, very rightfully so. You know what I mean? And yeah, like that doesn't make Erica a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Just because we call Jennifer out on her shit, her drug use, you know what I mean? The fact that, her kids, are being taken from her, Johnny was in a mental home, JC's back in jail again. You know what I mean? Jennifer's letting Isaac bully the boy and shit, like, and it pisses me off. Like, so like, I told Jennifer, I was like, go ahead and keep running your mouth. I told her, I was like, straight up, I was like, this is Charlie now. This is not Erica talking anymore. This is Charlie. You know what I mean? And, pretty much, if you want to keep running your damn mouth, I'll just come out here and, keep telling the world about your ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if it's 158 people, or I don't give a fuck if it's 1,580 people. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I will always stand up, you know what I mean, for those that I love and whatever I believe in, you know what I mean? Alan Kramer says Erica is not even the same league, not even close. Like, I mean, yeah, really, Jennifer. How does Jennifer have any the audacity to sit there and call Erica a shitty person? Erica, who has been living here in the house by herself, that same job that Michael paid Isaac to call on live stream and try to have Erica fired from. You know what I'm saying? Erica would sit there and work her ass off doubles for years just to try and pay these bills here at this trailer. For years before I came, Erica sat here and she paid those. She worked her ass off and didn't ask for help from any damn body. You know what I mean? And she followed the family, kid behind a camera, angry grandpa, religiously. like I said, I used to feel bad for her dog. She used to have this little Jack Russell named Lucy, and she was so sweet to this animal, you know. Like she had Lucy until Lucy couldn't even move anymore. Like she would like Lucy was literally like her, like she had such arthritis and stuff in her legs that she could not move, man. Erica would put a diaper on Lucy and would have Lucy's bed elevated over the water bowl so Lucy can lick her water bowl and drink her water, you know, while Erica was at work. And I feel so bad for Lucy because Erica would put it on YouTube and Erica would put it on Angry Grandpa and Kid Behind a Camera videos for Lucy. Just so that Lucy didn't feel alone, you know, just so that Lucy felt like she had somebody in the house. She had Grandpa's angry ass yelling. I bet Angry Grandpa caused Lucy to develop some form of anxiety. Asian eyes, thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. All this that we're making this month is going to go towards Erica's Christmas present. Next month, we're already at $228 or something like that. And yeah, we're going to try to find something in the stores. I can't order anything online that'll get here fast enough, but we'll try and find something in the stores from all of you guys to Erica, you know, to show her how much we love her. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know what I mean. That's what this is here, man. Just Erica appreciation night. You know what I mean? Just it really fired me up. You know, after all this shit, you know what I mean. Everything that they put Erica through. You know what I mean. For Jennifer can't even just sit there and let Erica, you know, just say how she feels real quick. You know what I mean? Without Jennifer catching some type of feelings about it and calling Erica a horrible person, you know, for calling Jennifer out on her drug use and, you know, for all those years that she was missing as a mother. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's just really telling, you know, for Jennifer to sit there and call me, like Jennifer, Michael, all of them, to sit there and call me out, you know, on my past drug use, you know, and the fact that, you know, that I don't have my daughter in my life, you know, that, or should I say that I wasn't there in my daughter's life. You know what I mean? You know, it's just so super, and then turn right around and then call Erica a horrible person for doing the same thing to her. You know what I mean? Like that's just very hypocritical. You know, and it's just very telling. You know what I mean? That Jennifer, you know, you can sit there and you can do all this. You can, you know, you can try and talk all this shit. You know what I mean? But whenever Erica does it, you know what I mean? She does, you know, she's wrong. She doesn't get a pass. You know what I mean? I think Erica has put up with quite enough. You know what I mean? Just the fact that me and Erica was together was enough to throw them, you know, over the edge, you know, and go after Erica. You know what I mean? While she sat back and just smiled and took it. You know what I mean? And it took a lot for Erica to say, okay, you know what? Fuck it. And she even sent Bridget a message. Her and Bridget were messaging at the time, and she even sent Bridget a message and told Bridget, said, hey, look here. Jennifer wants to sit here and keep running her mouth. I've been nice, you know, but now I'm fixing it. It's time to take the boxing gloves off, or time to put the gloves on. You know what I mean? And now that Erica decides to start talking her shit back, you know, Jennifer wants to call her a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Just because now all of Jennifer's bullshit is brought to light. You know what I mean? All because Jennifer's not fooling everybody like she used to fool everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just because the covers are pulled down off of those asses over there now. You know what I mean? She wants Erica to shut the hell up, and she wants to sit there and call Erica a bad person. You know what I mean? When we can all sit there and then pull up the video of Grandpa straight calling you a horrible mother. You don't got to take it from me. Your own father called you a horrible person and a horrible mother, and the video is online. You know? So I wanted to get on here and tell you guys exactly what happened. And as a matter of fact, I can go ahead and grab Erica's phone and shit. Man, you know what? Hold on a second. All right, let's see here. Yeah, we can go ahead and nip this in the bud right on now. They taught screenshots and shit like that. We're gonna go ahead and show you first, straight up. You can see right there. Where's the date? September 28th. Where's it at? Come on. There you go. September 28th of this year. It says, yes, ma'am, saw you sent me a friend request. And that sat for a couple months, you know? So Erica says, like, this is Erica being all nice and kind, says, you are under people I might know since we have your mom as a common friend. I touched the add friend on accident. I would have loved to be your friend a few years ago, but now I just think you're a shitty person, you know? Maybe one day my opinion will change. You know, Erica even gave this woman an out. You know, Erica even gave this woman an out, bro. It was like, maybe one day things will change, you know? All right, here's Jennifer. Well, dear, you don't know me as a person. Even though Erica has been watching you, Jennifer, for what, 8 years or so, Erica has been the brunt of your wrath on numerous occasions, calling her snaggletooth, waitress, just, you know, yeah, being there in the live streams, you know. Says you have no idea what I go through day to day. You know, now you're just preaching to the choir. You know what I'm saying? You act like you're the only one that has problems. You're the only one that has issues, Jennifer. Like we all aren't going through something on a daily fucking basis. You know, you look at Jennifer's Twitter and it talks about build people up, you know, build people up, help people out, you know, be a hero to somebody. But she's always on Twitter running her mouth, you know what I'm saying, talking about happy legmas, you know what I'm saying, to Tina, you know what I'm saying, for getting her leg cut off, just, you know, talking shit, you know, being involved in all of 55's bullshit, you know, just, you know, always some kind of fucking negative bullshit that Jennifer's got to be involved in, yet you look at her fucking bio and it's lift people up, help people out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you're preaching to the choir, you know, you're the only one that goes through shit. So you have the right to treat other people like shit because you're the only one going through shit. Okay, yeah. It says, I don't know you, so I don't judge you. How many times have we seen Jennifer prove that statement false? How many times have we seen that? Pat says she's bipolar. I understand she's bipolar. I do understand that. But Jennifer needs to understand that too. Jenny needs a job and Bridget, they're L's. I mean, you know, oh, shit. You know, I mean, what say YouTube is a job, you get 1099, fine, it is a job, but do your job right. Do a good job. Don't go out there doing a bad job, being a shitty fucking person every single day, every chance of your life. It says, so I don't judge you. I just know what you all say about me. You know, we only say the truth. We're only calling you out on your bullshit. Look, Kaylee Stewart says, facts, Charlie. Facts. How many of you guys agree here? Zigzag says bipolar is not an excuse to be bad to people. She is an adult. She is an adult, and she needs to take her ass to damn mental health, and she needs to get her medicine right. Well, what does she really expect from this? What does she really expect when she sent Erica that message back in September 20? Yes. This was what she was expecting right here. She was expecting to come here and try to twist and talk shit to Erica. And Erica would have went straight with it. Well, no, Erica would have spoke her truth. Says, well, which doesn't even bother me a bit because I know what kind of person I am. Well, if you knew what kind of person you really were, Jennifer, it should bother you. You know, it should bother you what kind of shitty person you are. Happy Lagmas. You know, hee ha ha, this person, that person. You fucking damn, you called the cops on mom and accused them of trying to kill the boys with a butcher knife. Had her forcibly removed from the house. And then on your birthday, you asked mom to come and watch the kids so that you can go out and have fun and celebrate your birthday. That's what a shitty person does. Does that not sound like a shitty person to you? Somebody that would call the cops on their own mother and accuse her of killing trying to kill her grandkids? That should bother you, Jenny. It said, in your opinion of me, I could care less about. Hope you have a wonderful holiday. Trying to end it on a high note. All right, here goes Erica. Check it out. She says, you really think I don't understand what you go through. I think you got to be a strong woman just from how you grew up, not to mention what goes on now. I think you are a shitty person for how you attacked me from day one when I showed y'all nothing but love and respect. It says, you don't like Charlie, so take it out on me. She said, not cool, and I will defend myself. I loved your whole family for years and was treated like shit for no reason. You are all shitty people in my book. I would have had your back just like I do Charlie and my family, but I'm not a bad person and was never given a chance. Alpha Light, thank you so very much, brother. Says your brother is a low-life scumbag. Erica is great. Well, thank you so very much, man. I really appreciate that. And like I say, it doesn't really matter what, they tell you guys anymore about us, because you all are grown adults. You all have you can make your own opinions. You all see what is going on and you comment on it. You all are running commentary on these actions that we make over here, based on our own best interests, not on YouTube likes, you know what I mean, and on clout, on fame. You know what I mean? Me and Erica, man, we make these decisions in our lives to better our lives, to pay our bills. You know what I mean? To better our futures. To hopefully one day be settled in a place where we can have a child. You know what I mean? That we can raise proudly and love with love. You know what I mean? And says, here goes. Says, I attacked you when you started talking about my parenting and my kids. False. Jennifer started attacking Erica the very first day that they found out that me and Erica was a couple. They all just jumped straight on. Even Doug. I love Doug. I love him, but Doug was there too. Doug was the first one to send Erica a message and say, don't fall for any Charlie shit. I love Doug, and I appreciate him standing up for me, but I'm going to tell you guys exactly how it went down. I need some apple juice. Give me a second. All right. But yeah, so Jennifer and them, attacked Erica day one. Erica came in just like many other people, thinking she was going to be the great white hope and was going to bring the Green family all back together. And, and then once again, there would be peace in the valley, And Jennifer and them would just automatically, boom, like, no, that's not happening. Fuck you, and just for, for so long until Erica was like, finally, fine, you know what? Boom. And Erica didn't talk shit. All Erica did was point out the facts. If anything, Erica just repeated what Grandpa said. What if we just went ahead and went to Grandpa's video about you and we just repeated word for word what Grandpa said? Would we be talking shit about you? Would we be lying about you? What would that be? All right, so yeah, she says, you took it out of my kids. That shit is off limits. I agree. Taking it out on kids is off limits, right? So how many times have y'all gone after Skylar? How many times have y'all talked shit about my daughter? How many times have you, Jennifer, given out my information about me whenever I got behind on my child support and I would get my license suspended? Jennifer would turn around and give that letter straight to Isaac, and Isaac would go right on live. Oh, and look, Charlie lost his license again because he can't take care of his daughter. Skylar, guys, y'all make sure y'all go over there and tell them how much y'all hate Charlie and how much y'all respect them and y'all feel for them. And Jennifer's right there, yeah, giving out my ex's name and everything. Sure as shit. Oh, yeah, but children are off limits. Jennifer's going after Isaac, or they're all going after Albert over there right now. Talking shit about Tuna's son, Albert. But kids are off limits. You're making an ass out of yourself right now, Jennifer. Jennifer, you're just making an ass out of yourself right now. The children are off limits. How many of y'all have had Jennifer go after y'all's kids, talking shit about y'all's kids? Had my child's shit doxxed, had my damn family court issues thrown out there and laughed at. Noah says they're pure hypocrites. Heartless, disgusting. Charlie, you nerd. A little bit. Says you sort of got what you deserved. Erica sort of got what she deserved. What did Erica get first off? What all the bullshit? She deserved that? Because kids had nothing to do with this. Once again, how many times have y'all gotten kids involved in y'all's bullshit? Every single time. Erica wasn't even saying shit right there, and you bringing in the fucking kids. Respergy, thank you so much. Says Jen is not the sharpest tool in the shed. When does Jennifer ever give a shit about the kids? When JC stood up for her, she was getting beat up by her boyfriend. And JC stood up for her and got kicked out of the house for it. And then turned on by Isaac for it. What about that? Says you weren't given a chance because you ran your mouth. Listen to Jennifer. You weren't given a chance because you weren't given a chance. Jennifer just straight up. You weren't given a chance, and then tried to make the excuse because you ran your mouth. I have no beef with you, but when y'all start bringing up the children and calling me a drug addict, it's on, because I haven't done drugs in years. I'm clean as a whistle. That sounds like a guilty conscience to me. That sounds like guilty conscience to me. And yeah, Erica just passed herself a drug test and a physical and everything to get her a job. I just passed myself a physical and a drug test, background check, all that good shit to get me a job. I'd like to see Jennifer do that shit. We all know Isaac couldn't pass a drug test. That's why they took his kids. Yeah, I can't pee right now. Had to come back the next day loaded with some pee, some piss hid up under the fucking flap of his fucking belly. Probably got a baby bottle full of piss under the flap of his belly to pass the drug test to get his kids back. Can't just fucking drop on piss. Can't drop on a dime, though, can you? I did. Here's Erica says, wrong. You started running your mouth trying to body shame me, laugh out loud. How many times have y'all heard Jennifer call Erica snaggletooth? And who the hell is Jennifer to damn body shame? She ain't got no teeth. Jennifer ain't got no damn teeth. She's got the fupa from Hell Thunder thighs. She looks like me in the face. Fuck. Jennifer ain't got no room to freaking body shame any damn body. She said, Erica says, I sent Bridget a DM saying that I have let you talk shit enough and now I'm speaking up. Then I tweeted, if you don't do pills, you would have had your teeth. That was the first time I ever said anything negative about your family. I told Bridget I wasn't going to just let you run your mouth. Hate if you want, but stop making up reasons to do so. Sounds about right to me. And then Alex Cook, thank you so very much, brother. Says Charlie, you and Eric are amazing people. Ignore all their BS. Keep going strong. We're all behind you. Hashtag Wolfpack. Hashtag Team Erica. Hashtag Team Charlie. Much love from the UK. Much love back there across the pond, man. Thank you so very much. And we appreciate it, man. I feel like we've earned this love, you know what I mean, in this respect, because we've taken a lot of bullshit and we've grown a lot, and Erica has just been Erica the whole time. She's just super wonderful woman, you know what I mean? And yeah, and it bugs me whenever people come out and try to so that was it for Erica, because right after that I was like, all right, that was Erica, now this is Charlie. And then she says, I'm not making up reasons at all. Y'all started shit on us, so we fought back. Y'all started shit on us. Isn't Erica the one that came and saved me from the shit that they had been pulling on me from day one? Ever since Jennifer made Dad sit right there on the front porch and listen to her accuse me of rape. Them running me up and down the damn southeast coast from Maine all the way down to Florida. And then Erica comes to help me out and try to be, the mediator. And y'all go after her. But, I'm the one. Yeah, right. I just don't sit and let my family get talked about. How many times you sat and let me get talked about? You fucking rolled on me. You can't talk about family loyalty, Jennifer. You have no room whatsoever to talk about family loyalty when you accuse me of rape, when you accuse mom of trying to murder the boys with a butcher knife. You have absolutely zero room to talk about loyalty when you let your oldest son get attacked by Isaac and kicked out of the house because he's trying to defend you over an abusive boyfriend that you are either afraid of or you don't want to leave, one or the other. Straight up. So then she saw it was me and was like, okay, goodbye. And so I told her, I said, keep running your mouth and I'll keep talking about what's happening now. Okay, so guys, right here is where I kind of fucked up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take ownership of this part right here. Because, like Erica was holding her own and she was holding it very maturely. You know what I mean? She was being mature about it. James Adair, thank you so very much, brother. Says Team Erica, Team Charlie. So, I interjected there and I became as aggressive as Jennifer is right here. So this, I put it on myself. I said, keep running your mouth and I'll keep talking about what's happening now. I said, where is JC? She says, what's happening now? She says, yeah, okay, you already spilled where he is. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Alpha Light, thank you so much. Says, thank you for exposing these sick people. I'm sorry you have to deal with these lies from them. They're greedy and rude, and I will always support you. I appreciate that, man. And yeah, like I say, bro, like this is what it's come to, bro. Like it is what it is, unfortunately, and I tried my best at every opportunity to turn shit around. How many times have y'all seen me come forward and damn admit to the shit that I've done and admit the shit that I haven't done? Try and play their game. You know what I mean? Try and do it my way. Admit. Apologize and ask for forgiveness. How many times have y'all seen me? And it's just it's never been received. Properly. So I mean, this is our life. This is my relationship with my family, guys. This is what it is, unfortunately, and what it's always going to be, unfortunately, until there is an accord that is struck. It's just the way it is. And I was thinking, it's always been like that. It's been like this since before the internet was even invented, guys. Like, don't think that this is something going on right now that just started, for YouTube views or anything like that. This has been going on since before, while Bill Gates was still working on Apple. You know what I mean? This is a story as old as time. And she says, you okay? Yeah, okay. You already spilled the beans. He's there because of his actions. Like, granted, you're right. He is there because of his actions, very much so. And it's sad and unfortunate. You know what I mean? I really wish that he'd have been somewhere else other there than with you. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like, like y'all just held him and y'all pushed him to the point where he had no outs. You know what I'm saying? You just wouldn't leave the boy a fucking alone. You know what I mean? Y'all just kept fucking going and kept going. I really don't think that JC is this violent, crazy fucker like you guys are trying to paint him out to be now. Like, you are sitting here like villainizing your own son now. Your own son, your own child, the very kid that you cast out. Not just fucking 8 months ago because he was trying to defend his mama. You know what I mean? The boy was just fucking fed up with frustration. He tried to run off with his girlfriend. Unfortunately, she was underage and it damn screwed him up. All right, Leon, you need to go on with that shit, man. Let's hide user. All right. But he tried to run away. He tried to get away from all that shit. You know what I mean? And you just called the cops and you just talked all kinds of shit online until he came back home. And then y'all did a video about him, man, with mugshots and shit, embarrassing the kid. You know what I mean? And then boom, check it out. They all and then whenever he does get really arrested and taken and now doing real time, y'all don't even share that shit. You talk about you're all real and you share everything, but you didn't share JC going down the road. And for why? Why didn't you do that? Don't you know how upset Angry Grandpa would be to see how you are still selling his babies short? How if he were alive, he would still once again right now have to be there to help the boys and bail them out because you just don't give a fuck. Why aren't y'all talking about damn Kimberly's divorce? Why aren't y'all talking about that? Sure, yeah. You know what? I said I had screenshots and I lied. You know, Jennifer. I guess Jennifer wasn't dumb enough to put them in text, but she's still telling people. How the hell do you think I know, Kimberly, Jennifer, Michael, Isaac? How do you think I know? Because Jennifer keeps running her mouth to somebody in there. But which one? Who? I ain't saying. They're all about reality, and they're gonna show you guys everything that's going on. But all the real shit is being swept under the rug. So yeah, it goes on. I said, and why is JC there? And why is Johnny in a mental home? Why did you call the cops on mom and say she tried to kill the boys? Jennifer, she unsent a message there. Go ahead and see it. She unsent a message there, guys. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Jennifer told me to tell you all she don't give a fuck that JC's in jail. Or maybe she don't give a fuck. What does she want? What does she want me to tell y'all she don't give a fuck about? I said, I'll tell everybody. I said, you all started this. Remember that. I said, I'll be sure to go live about this if you want to keep it up. I said, do it. Anyway. So yeah. That was the Great War with Jennifer and Erica right now. Cool. So yeah. You guys all saw it and heard it here first. And you all know what's up. You know what I mean? Like I say, Kenneth, thank you so very much. Says, sorry I'm late. What's going on? Who did what? It's just, like I say, it was just some bullshit. Damn, Jennifer and Erica, kind of talking it out, I guess, and then me getting a little emotional with it. Google is a piece of shit. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'll tell you like straight up, like Erica wasn't being mean or forceful or anything, and Jennifer was just still going on with her bullshit. You know what I mean? And then I interjected. You know what I mean? And yeah, so but like nothing I've said is false, you know what I mean? I'm not on here raging, overdoing it, you know what I mean? Throwing personal insults or attacks or anything, you know what I mean? I'm just sitting here, damn, telling you guys, just I'm not even telling you guys, I'm reminding you all. Of just what's been going down and just exactly who Jennifer is and who Erica is. You know what I mean? Jennifer, you got no room to call anybody a shitty person, even a shitty person. After all the shit that you've done, you know what I mean, just to protect what you have. And what exactly do you have, Jennifer? What exactly do you have for yourself, Jennifer? Nothing. You don't got your own place. I don't see you with your own car, your own job, no prospects of your own in any form or fashion. You know what I mean? Your YouTube channel just sits there. It's not doing anything. You're not a content creator. You're not a creative person. You're just sitting there waiting to be used by Michael. Whenever Michael needs you, boom, there you are. And you're just sucking on the teat like the rest of them. You literally have nothing going on for yourself. And you are just, but you know what? Like, that doesn't really necessarily make you a shitty person neither. Like, there's so many people out there that need help, that are living off of, friends and family. that need a leg up, and by, so let me go ahead and correct myself. You know what I'm saying? That does not make you a shitty person unless you just don't, unless you're there because you don't want to try. If you're there and you're down on your luck, you know what I mean? You're disabled, by all means. And Jennifer is there. She's disabled and she's down on her luck and she's got kids. I mean, 3 strikes, but I mean, she just sits there. It's the way she acts and the things she says yeah, the way she conducts herself is what makes her a shitty person. You know what I mean? To sit there and damn to go on live streams and laugh at Erica while she's while she's being harassed at work, trying to get her fired. That makes her a shitty person, for giving out my daughter's information and my ex's information, so that they can get doxxed and that they can get harassed and shit. That's what makes Jennifer a shitty person. You know what I mean? For Jennifer to choose, a man over her own son, that's what makes Jennifer a shitty person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see Erica doing any of that. None of that. And it's got to the point where you can't talk shit about shit's going on right now. Because, man, we have been entrenched in this war for years now. There's no way that you can sit down and put down your arms and say the battle's over. I don't know why you're talking shit about me when you haven't waved the white flag. You got to wave the white flag and call a truce first. You can't. There is no putting guns down in the middle of a fucking war. They've been sitting here for the last 2 weeks now. I've been dropping these bombs on their asses left and right, and they've just been quiet as fuck. They ain't been saying a word. And they want to pick and poke once, twice a freaking month. And then say, well, y'all are the ones talking shit. Bro, the war is on. The war is not over. Alpha Light says because they are guilty. They aren't saying anything because they are guilty. Facts. Michael and Bridget, happy anniversary. Michael was 21 and she was 15 years old. Michael took her to an R-rated movie and committed sex crimes in the theater or in the car afterwards. Didn't you, Michael? Just go ahead and do the math, guys. And then Michael has come up with every excuse in the book. Oh, she lied about her age. I didn't know for a full year. We met on a dating website. Look at the picture that they shared yesterday. She looks like she's 12. I swear to God, bro, I'd be like, I'm going to need to see some ID there. I'm going to need to see some ID there, Susie Lou. You know what I mean? They would do a video almost 10 years ago talking about how they met, how Michael was banging her the night they met and shit. And then years later, try and recant the story. Oh, we made that up. Trying to cover their asses. DJ Crisp says, why did Kim get divorced? Well, Kyle's been tired of her crap. Apparently, Kimberly is so freaking overpowering and controlling. Everything's got to be Kim's way. That Kyle's just been living in hell for years. He's probably held on as long as he can for the kids, But not only that, they're in financial trouble. You know what I mean? Like Kimberly is either a hypochondriac or she's trying to score pills because Kimberly has a freaking medical history. Like Kimberly owes tens of thousands of dollars to the hospitals up in New York City. thousands of dollars. You know, I think Kimberly goes up there and fakes a stomach pain, and a jaw pain, and they give her pills, and she goes home. Well, you know, look, the bills are adding up, and according to from what somebody told me in New York, the laws in New York, if you owe a certain amount of money in medical bills, like they can take property. And it seems like, you know, they're taking the house. Not so sure on that, but Alpha Light says Kim is a control freak for sure. Ass Pizza says Charlie's mad that Michael's rich. Well, where am I talking bad about Michael's money? All because I call Michael out for his sex crimes. I'm mad for his money? Come on, bro. That don't make no sense. Try and defend the sex crime thing. Talk about that. Let's see here. Yeah, Noah says, yeah, Kyle seems like a chill and down to earth dude. I definitely believe she was the problem. Well, you know, and like, you know, Kyle never wanted to be a part of the whole YouTube crap. I've said this before, you know, it's called the Pratt Pack, you know what I mean? But the Pratt in the pack, you know, was never around, man. He just did, like, he was a very private, personal guy, you know what I mean? And he just, you know, he wasn't down for having those cameras in his house. I'm sure he wasn't down for having the children being filmed, you know, like, you know, YouTube is such a very weird thing, a weird place now, you know, like, you know, Michael and Kim and all them, they want to talk about leave the children out of it, you know, but they're so quick to fucking turn a camera on a child. You know what I mean? That, you know, it's very concerning because, you know, like there are predators out there, man. There are people, you know, that will prey upon your children. You know what I mean? And here you are putting them all online. You know what I mean? Oh, it is just so freaking awkward at times when you sit back and you think about it. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, there is a certain amount of cringe that come with almost every YouTube personality. You know, with me sitting here right now, putting all my shit out there on the line, guys. I'm telling it all right here. You know what I mean? All my personal shit. That is a bit cringy. You know, for somebody on the outside looking in, they're like, how the fuck can this guy sit here and go online and talk about all his personal shit, put it all out there? You know, it's just fucking cringe, man. I couldn't fucking do it, you know? And there's a certain balance. There's a certain, you know, I've done it long enough, you know what I mean, that I'm kind of numb to it. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, I don't know, when we start vlogging again, it's going to feel a little weird holding the camera, talking to the camera. You know, I'll get back into it, but you know, but it's weird, you know? And yeah, so for Kyle to sit there and watch this shit on the outside, just cringing, man, like I don't want my daughters online. You know what I mean? I'm sure that they've had that conversation numerous times, you know? And you know, yeah, you know, it's bound to create, you know, negativity, you know, and friction and cause that rift, you know. And I wouldn't even know about this rift, you know, had Jennifer not go out running her damn mouth. You know, we've always known, you know, that Kimberly and Jennifer, they never got along. You know, Jennifer was always you know, jealous of Kim, you know, straight up. 269 people watching. That's a little more than 200, Jennifer. That's a little more than 200 people watching right now. You know, and you know, like I say, man, all you gotta do is apologize, bro, or just shut the fuck up. You know, don't call my girlfriend names. You know, accept the fact that you have done shitty things. See, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, things can change between me and my family. You know what I'm saying? But they've got to come forward and they've got to admit their bullshit. You know, like I had my friend Fat Buster Samurai. Much love to you out there, Samurai. You know, he asked me, bro. He was like, you know, do you think that, you know, you and the family, you know, do you think that y'all would ever, you know, reconcile shit, you know? And I told him, I was like, man, I honestly don't think that that we can. I think that we have gone too far down the rabbit hole, you know, that we are past the point of no return, really. That people aren't just that people are going to tear them apart for the lies and bullshit, you know. And then he said something that was quite illuminating, you know. He told me that he said that the people will forgive and the people will forget. You know what I mean? And I've got to tell you, you know, boom, it hit me. I was like, you know what, man? You're fucking right. You know what I mean? No matter how bad these, no matter how bad the lies that Michael and Kimberly and them, the rape allegations and shit, you know what I'm saying? No matter how bad that shit is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they just come clean and freaking admit it and shit, and then we start mending, people will be upset at first, you know what I mean? But they'll move on. They'll forget, you know what I mean? This whole cancel culture shit is really on its way out. You know what I mean? You're watching people that have been canceled before that are coming back in. The Alex Joneses, the Belle Delphines, fucking um actors and comedians and musicians and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because, we say and we do things, when we're in times of weakness, and in time, and times of anger, you know what I mean? And things that, and, in certain instances where we're not the same people, you know what I mean? Like, I am nowhere near the same man that I was in 2017, you know what I mean? And so for me to sit here and talk about, man, they'll never forgive you guys, yada, 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 that's wrong. That's like me saying that you guys would never forgive me for the shit that I did. When I got drunk and I came out there talking about raping somebody's wife and kids, talking about shitting on my father's grave and shit like that. Like, man, there were so many of you guys that were like, whoa, Charlie, that's fucked up, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if we can move past this right here, And there are some people that, that I won't be able to move past that with, and unfortunately that's just the sad case, and I'll just have to accept that and, and move on, But for the majority of you guys, you haven't canceled me out. You know what I mean? You've opened the door, you know what I'm saying? You've let me back in, you've given me this chance, and here we are today, and I want to thank every single one of you guys, from the bottom of my heart, because it means so much to me, and I'm just going to continue to do what I can to continue elevating myself, and making you guys proud of me. I guess, you guys are my dad, are my inheritance from dad. I've said that before, and I'm going to treat you guys right, And so, same thing with Michael and them. If they were to come forward and they were to say, okay, you know what, all this shit has just gone too far. It's been going on too far for way too long. This wasn't right. That wasn't right. Let's squash it and move on. We love our Angry Grandpa Nation, and we want to continue. We want to show you guys that we can move forward as a family. You know what I mean? Like, there would be some backlash at first, understandably, but it won't be that bad, and it fades. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, I remember, admitting to my shit, and just, just being like, damn, man, like before, man, like, oh, I don't want, like this, oh, this is the hardest thing I'm gonna have to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's like a band-aid. Rip it off, hurts a little bit, and then it's over. You know what I mean? But to sit there and continue this crap, you know what I mean? And to consider, and like for Jennifer to sit there and go after, like to sit there and drill home, bullshit. Like Erica said, she says, you don't got to make up shit to be mad about, like seriously, like for, it's one thing to sit there and try to make the masses believe it. You know what I mean? To sit there and try to play the victim and talk shit on somebody, in front of a shit ton of people to veer the overall opinion of this person. You know what I mean? But to sit there in private, me and you sit there and still try to hold on to these lies and bullshit. That's just, I mean, it's angering. It's just like who the hell are you fooling? You're not fooling me. You're not fooling yourself. You know what I mean? So, like, really, until like that day comes, you know what I mean? You will be the shitty person to Erica. Like, Erica is a very forgiving person. You know what I mean? And she will forgive you. You know what I mean? But as of right now, you're a shitty person. You know what I mean? Like, me and Erica, we get in arguments. We're not the perfect couple. By any means, and there are times where sometimes I'll say things that I don't mean, and guess what? Like, things aren't really right with Erica until I apologize. Like, you know, if you're wrong, Erica, you know, she's going to hold you on that, you know, and that's just like so many other people, you know, we all do it, you know, why shouldn't Erica be any different? You know what I mean? And, but Erica is different, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she'll get over it and she'll get over it fairly quickly. You know what I mean? But you got to come to her. You know, I've got to come to her and I've got to apologize and sit down and talk with her. And then we move on. You know what I mean? But I mean, until all that happens, you know what I mean? There really is no moving on, you know? And you know, I'm just gonna be right here just to remind you, you know, that Erica is not a shitty person. You know, Erica is by far far away as possible from being a shitty person. You know, Erica is like the best thing that has happened to me in a very, very, very long time. And you know, you know, the type of growth that I'm experiencing, you know, doesn't come, you know, from living with a toxic person, from living with a negative person. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know, this is almost kind of a reminder though, you know what I'm saying? I still got to work on my emotions a little bit, guys. Like none of us are perfect. You know, Erica, she was having, you know, she was having somewhat of a mature conversation with Jennifer, even if it was just pretty much mature on Erica's side. You know what I mean? I guess I didn't really have any business popping in on that on that message with them, that conversation thread between them, you know, and perhaps maybe not even came out here live about it, you know, but you know, it's just like, man, I love Erica so much, man. She is just like so awesome for me, you know, almost my number one, maybe my number one. You know, I love Skylar to death, you know. Um, but right here at this point in my life, you know, Erica is, you know, the greatest thing that happened for me, you know. And you know, I just, you know, I take it a little too personally, you know what I mean, when these people are attacking her and shit like that, you know. Every time I see Isaac attack her, you know, I know exactly where it's coming from above, you know. It's coming from Michael, you know. Michael's gonna pay Isaac's rent, you know, for Isaac to go live and talk shit about Erica. You know, Michael's going to pay Jennifer's rent, you know what I mean, to talk shit about Erica, you know what I mean? And you know, it's just bullshit. Just sit there and just see, you know, once again, you know, the negativity coming from my family, you know, towards something that I love dearly. And that might be exactly what this is about. Now, I kind of landed on it right there. You know what I mean? The negativity from my family once again being channeled towards Erica. You know, like I say, Erica is a strong woman. She can handle her own. You know what I mean? Like whenever Jennifer and Fatty tried to go live and laugh and say that Erica got fired because of them, and then Erica would do a video showing exactly that she was still working at Fats for a certain amount of time after they claimed that she was fired. Who remembers that video, man? She really put them in their fucking places. You know, but yeah, Erica can handle her own. Becky said that was awesome. Erica just straight punked him out, you know, and it was beautiful. Yeah, PvP Son remembers that. Hell yeah, you all remember that shit. People, you see, y'all remember every damn thing. You know what I mean? And I love it whenever they try to come forward and they try to say, this didn't happen. That didn't happen. I didn't do this. He said that. You've all been following long enough that you guys are like, that did happen. You did say that. That didn't happen. You guys are all right here. You can run commentary on everything that's happened the last 3 years. You know? and yeah, you know, like, so I mean, I don't necessarily have to sit here and show my ass too much, and I'm not on here screaming and raising hell. Like I say, I'm not hurling personal attack. I'm just straight sticking to the facts. You know what I'm saying? Kristen Baskin says she remembers that. Carolyn Riley says that was funny. Oh, I love it. Eric Bonafide says Erica doesn't drink the Japanese cooking alcohol. You know, I love that, man. Erica doesn't drink at all. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I love that, man. Erica doesn't drink at all. You know, I love that, man. Erica doesn't drink at all. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys. 6 months sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, guys Go ahead. Go ahead and I'll take a bow on that one. Almost 6 months sober here in about another week and a half. And it wouldn't have been possible, had Erica, been a drinker herself, or, a pillhead herself. You know what I mean? You really got to separate yourself from that environment in order to fully move on from it, and and Erica has helped me with that. Adam Berzicott dropped a buck. Thank you so very much, man. I appreciate that. Like I say, all this will go to a Christmas gift for Erica. Like I say, this time next month, me and Erica will both be making paychecks. We're not necessarily going to need the super chats, honestly, guys. But every little bit helps. Every little extra will go somewhere. Like I'm already looking at tires and rims for my Jeep. Hell yeah, got me a Jeep coming here soon. Already looking at tires and rims and other kind of accessories for it. And Erica's is kind of like, I see her smiling at me, but it's almost kind of like, don't smile. That smile, guys, right? And so I even asked her, I was like, what? When I'm telling her about these rims and these tires that I want, and I'm catching that smile, and and yeah, she's like, we need to be saving. And me like right now thinking about mortality and shit. I think I'm thinking about my mortality way, way, way too soon, but I'm like, what am I going to save up for? A casket, a house. And then I was kind of like, ding, 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 ding. I think Erica wants to save up for a place. She wants us to try to get our own place or something. And, Share Barrow says, but you are on here screaming and ranting. I'm not screaming and ranting. Guys, is this screaming and ranting? Like, wow. Bobo Balkishan says, Charlie, please don't stop YouTube, brother. You helped me out so much. Last live when you gave me advice after high school. I wish I could donate 200 to your live. Yeah, man. Donate that 200 to your vehicle fund, bro. If you don't have a vehicle, man, that will be the next thing, that you're going to want to do, man. Get you a vehicle. To help you get around, saying not just to work, but also to play after work, man. You got to be able to balance that out. Adam dropped another $1. Thank you so very much, man. I appreciate that. Every dollar helps. Like I say, every little bit helps, and yeah, it'll go to a good cause. Like I say, next for Christmas, it'll go to Erica's Christmas present. And then from then on, who knows, man, it'll probably be going to the Jeep or something like that. Yeah, Bonafide THC says when Charlie talks facts, they try to say he's not sober every time. Well, like, isn't like, so like maybe they would want me to stay sober then, because I guess when I am sober, I'm not speaking facts. That I don't know. But you guys all see it. You know what I mean? Like Bonafide, you were one of the, you were one of the haters. You know what I mean? When you see me slipping and shit, you're right there to say, ha ha, look, Charlie's fucking up, so. It kind of makes me feel a little good whenever I see you in here kind of on my side right now and shit like that. Like, it just shows that I've just won yet another one over, I guess, as it were. And yeah, Al Lewis says, as long as Michael is pulling the strings, there'll never be a reconciliation. Sad but true. You know what I mean? Well, Kayla Stewart, thank you so very much. You're great too. But yeah, like Al Lewis, like honestly, like Michael's the one that's got to be making the amends, and the reconciliation, because he's the one at the top. Bobo Belcushion, what's up, man? Thank you so much. I don't know if you were the one a couple of days ago, guys. We were talking about music. We got into music, and I was talking about rock and stuff, and someone had mentioned about King Von, and man, I got to tell you, bro, I looked up King Von yesterday morning, man, while I was doing my morning thing, and pulled up King Von, bro. Adam Berzicott, thank you so very much. Another $1. Just adds up, brother. I got $1. Ching, 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 ching. Anyway, man, yeah, I looked up King Von, Bobo, and man, it blew my mind, man. I listened to Crazy Story 1, 2, and 3. And I was just like, holy shit, dude, like this dude's flow. It was just murderous as shit, bro. And like he's a storyteller, right? Uh, and then I was like, well, let's see what King Von's doing right now, man. Typed it in, bro, and then I saw that King Von was fucking dead, bro. I said, holy shit, man. I was super sad for a serious minute, bro. Quite honestly, man, because like I swear to God, it was the very first time that I had ever heard King Von too, you know. And I was like, this guy's got talent. Like you don't find these type of storytellers, you know what I mean, in the rap game that often, like you do, you know, with like the Slick Ricks, you know what I mean, the Eminems and King Von, bro, and you just felt how real and gritty it was, you know. And then I would look up, and then I would see that he got shot, and I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck happened, you know? And then so I went to TMZ, and I don't know if how many of you guys have seen it or not. Yeah, Bobo, yeah, they leaked his autopsy photos. It was so fucked up. Man, this man was split down the middle right here, and they had him cut open right here. They sewed him up all the way down the middle and even right around his fucking heart, bro. Have you seen the video? They actually show him getting shot to death on TMZ, bro. And I mean, I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying? Adam, another dollar bill, y'all. Love it, man. Thank you, bro. But I mean, and he got into it with another rapper named Quando Rondo, man. I started looking up Quando Rondo, and I hate to say it, but I like Quando Rondo too. Bonafide said King Von got his plug pulled. Bro, I mean, I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying, but that's just what happens, you know. You actually watched it happened at the hookah club, right outside the hookah club in Atlanta. King Von decided to move on down south, you know what I'm saying, to try to get away from the streets. But what I think he really was trying to do was he was trying to move in on Atlanta, you know what I mean, on their turf there, you know, and that just wasn't right, you know. Quando Rondo, you know, Baby, Lil Baby, you know, there's a few people down there that got the game on lock, and unfortunately they started butting heads, you know, and King Von stepped out to fight Quando Rondo at the hookah lounge. And man, it showed him, man. He comes straight up, bro. I mean, straight up, fucking King Von come up just like this, bro, and then popped him, bip. And then he started fighting with them, the bouncers and shit. And that's whenever one of Rondo's boys came out of the driver's seat, pulled out his gun, popped him once, and then shot him. He actually shot one of the bouncers too. If you watch, bro, the bouncer was sitting. There was one of the bouncers right there by the back of the car, and all of a sudden he popped. He's like, "Oh shit!" He starts hopping around on one leg and falls to the ground. Another bouncer is like sitting over King Von, you know, trying to talk to him, you know. And then one of King Von's homies come up and clock the shit out of him. Will Davidson, man, thank you so very much. Says, so proud of you, brother. Don't let the haters get to your positivity. Love watching your live streams, brother. Thank you so much, man. And like I say, you know, like it's over. You know, I went ahead and you know, discussed what happened here earlier. You know, I discussed my feelings. I brought it out. You all seem to feel the same way as me, and you know, I'm letting it go. You know what I mean? I'll leave it at that. They might be the ones over there that are going to be sitting there ranting and raving all night, you know, but quite honestly, I'm not the one that has anything to answer for. You know what I mean? I'm not the one, you know, that's in all this shit. You know what I mean? I can go to sleep tonight peacefully, and I'm gonna go to sleep tonight peacefully. I just landed me a beautiful, wonderful, excellent job, and yeah, feel like I defended my lady properly, and yeah, like I say, I'm not the one that has all these troubles going on right now, you know. So they can sit over there and they can get mad and they can sit there and try to explain this, that, and a third, while I'm just sitting there. I made them do that. I made y'all act a fool over there. Y'all are the ones acting a fool and explaining your bullshit now. Bonafide says King Von should have known these gangbanger fights with guns, not fists. Should have mind his business. Now he's dead. And he want to check this. If you want to know something else, Bonafide, the guy that shot King Von had every right to shoot King Von too, because he was a freaking licensed bodyguard. He's probably got a damn concealed carry weapon permit. I do not see why King Von did not have his own bodyguards. I don't see why he didn't have a manager there to fucking cool shit down. Instead, King Von had all his boys just sitting there backing him up, boosting him up like, yeah, do it, do it, do it. Now, guess what? All of King Von's boys are back out there on 26, fucking struggling again. They making them bands stretch now because their money train is unfortunately in the ground. And I hate to say that like that, you know, I don't want a damn bullet to come flying through my window. Shit is raw out there right now, man. Shit is definitely almost gone back to the days of Tupac and Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Lil Durk has already came forward and said that he demands retribution. He demands Quando's head. You know what I mean? And you know, unfortunately, you know, Quando, he has people. You know, I don't know, man. Shit's rough out there right now, man. You know, Mike, shit's getting rough out there right now. So, yeah. Oh shit, Explore North Carolina. What is up, brother? Much love to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good night, man. I'm kind of just out here just chilling, defending my lady's love, and talking about a little bit of music, talking about rap right now. I know you're not much into rap, but bro, I just got Undertow, Tool, you know, their first album, Undertow, bro. Or is that their first album? I think it was their first album. And man, I've been loving the shit out of it, bro. Really, 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 really much. Oh man, yep. See what he says. Yeah. Zion Thrasher says you need a gun nowadays. People scared to throw hands. Man, the shit's been like that back since I was a kid. You know what I mean? There's people getting shot and killed. You know. Yeah. And shit's just gone like I hadn't really checked out. You know, like the whole street scene in the last 5-10 years. Honestly, man. You know, I'm getting older and kind of moved on from it. You know, but it's quite polarizing, bro. Adam Berzicott, $2, doubled up. Thank you so much, sir. Ow! Yeah, man. But it was kind of polarizing, man. You sit there and watch, like, King Von was actually doing, like, vlogs out in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But coming up in there, you know, with fucking duffel bags full of money right there in the ghetto, bro. Man, it was just, I don't know, man. It's just, I've been into it, man. I don't know. And, like, speaking of rap, I don't know if y'all have seen Miss Brenda Pika in the house. Much love to you, Brenda. I don't know if any of y'all have watched the 6ix9ine documentary yet. I'm about a quarter of the way through it right now, and so far I'm enjoying it, man. You know, sit there and you know, I talked a lot of shit on 6ix9ine. You know, I didn't really know the guy. I'm still not down the whole snitching shit. You know what I'm saying? But damn, you got to respect the fact that, you know, 6ix9ine was one of those kids. You know what I mean? That started it, you know, from nothing out there in the streets. You know what I mean? Making beats, banging beats on the internet. And that's what I laugh. Like, I laugh at, like, Michael and Isaac. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like to sit there and call themselves fucking rappers. You know, they're hardcore. They're thugs. Michael and Isaac are fucking gangster rappers. You know what I'm saying? But you don't never see these motherfuckers out in the streets. They don't never leave their fucking house. They ain't got no kind of crew, no kind of clique. They ain't making no moves. They ain't stunting or shining. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then, you know, you watch these people like 6ix9ine, you know what I'm saying? Like King Von, like Quando Rondo, like all, man, like I thought about it. I'm like, holy shit, you know, it really made me look at YouTube differently. Like, you know, like all these fucking stars out here right now that are really fucking taking YouTube and really creating their own fandom out, you know, their own star out of it. You know what I'm saying? It really made me look at like YouTube was really more like a second television as opposed to just a funny thing that we can all come on here and talk and connect with. You know, you're starting to see like the King Vons and the Quando Rondos and the James Charleses, you know, and the PewDiePies, these fucking 30 and 40 million subscriber, you know, influencers, you know what I mean, that are fucking stars, you know, that are being talked about, you know, in the media, like they were Sylvester Stallone or like they were fucking, you know, Courtney Love or Keanu Reeves or fucking, you know, these are like the new superstars, super celebrities, you know, and they're all doing it on YouTube, you know, and they're taking it to heights, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, just like, holy fucking shit, you know what I'm saying, that grandpa even, you know, didn't attain, you know what I mean? And, I mean, I mean, I don't know, guys, it's awe-inspiring, man. You know, it's like, I don't know. It is, man. It's just like just see how far, you know, how far one man can go, you know what I mean, with just his own ego, his own creativity, and then a computer, you know what I mean? And you know, I do like where 6ix9ine where he's gone thus far. You know what I mean? Um, apparently, you know, he's done run his mouth about, you know, some serious shit, man. You know, he turned federal witness, you know, on a legitimate street gang, you know, a street gang legitimate enough to have the feds watching, you know what I'm saying? And Bonafide THC says lyric back titty. I like to call him lyric old crap. Lyric old crap. But yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like to sit there and watch like people actually, you know, take that ball and run with it, you know what I'm saying, as far as they have, you know, by being real, you know what I mean? And then you see people like Michael and Isaac, you know, and try and act real. You know what I mean? Like you see Isaac wearing his fucking wife beaters right now. You know, you see him like big old fat shoulders are just like bloop, just like there is no form of any type except just round. And like yeah, man, he keeps the camera like right about here, you know. He's trying to act like a tough guy and stuff, you know. And you're just like, it's embarrassing to watch, you know. It's embarrassing to look at, you know, to witness such, you know, such lack of self-awareness, you know what I mean? And you know, I got to remember though, you know what I mean, that there are millions of people on the internet, billions of people on the internet, you know. So with billions of people on the internet, there's got to be a couple of hundred freaking retards. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be dropping that bomb. That is not, you know, that is not okay word. Erica has scolded me about that word. I apologize. But morons, idiots, scab eaters, what have you. You know, enough of those to sustain, you know, an overinflated ego, pun intended, you know, like an Isaac or a kid behind a camera, you know. So Ace Man says those aren't wife beaters, it's a sports bra. Well, I mean, it's tight enough, bro. It's like on there, man. You know, and I don't like the body shame or anything, you know what I mean? But like this guy, like he's like, I'm buff. I'm strong. You know, just because you smell strong don't mean that you are strong. So bona fide lyric old crap. That's it, man. Oh man. Bree Vegas says, "Hey Charlie, I made a cool compilation video about you with a Green Day song. Can I post it on YouTube?" Yeah, sure. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that. That may be interesting. I hope you had the time of your life. That'd be crazy if it was some kind of like troll thing. I hope you had the time of your life, and it's like me with my purple hair or me with my pink hair. God, that was so embarrassing. You know, guys, I think when you with YouTubers though, you almost have to develop a certain lack of self-awareness almost in order to gain that confidence almost to live this character that everyone else thinks that you are, you know. And like that right there is something that's kind of hard for me to get over, you know, like, you know. But I got to remind myself that I'm not Charlie Chill, you know, that I'm doing all this as Charlie Green. I'm doing all this as myself. You all have watched and witnessed, you know, my struggle, you know, as Charlie Green, not as Charlie Chill, you know. And oh, and it helps me be able to hold this camera in front of my face and do these vlogs, you know, without, and these live streams, you know, without cringing over it. You know what I mean? You know, this certain, you know, barrier that you have to, you know, that you have to destroy, you know, in order to um you know, get your message out to the masses, as it were, you know. Let everyone know how you feel, you know. Like it was so hard to deal with the fact, guys, you know, that millions of people watched me, you know, get fucked up on acid and get wasted and get hauled off in an ambulance. You know what I mean? Millions of people saw that. It took a lot to get over that. It took a lot to get over the fight You know what I mean? The quote unquote fight at the hotel parking lot. You know, it was embarrassing. It wasn't just embarrassing on Isaac. It was embarrassing on me too. You know what I mean? Two grown ass fucking men sitting there in the parking lot, just fucking yelling and talking shit. You know what I mean? Thinking that we're bigger than we are. You know what I mean? My dad's dying in a fucking hospital. You know what I mean? And I'm out here, damn, acting an ass, being a fool, playing the game, dancing their fucking dance, It took a lot for me to get over that and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I faced it and I looked at it and I understood that all that shit was just bullshit and it was embarrassing. You know what I mean? That there's nothing I can do to change, what happened, that I can only admit it, face it, and move forward, you know, but I really feel like that's what's helped me move forward, and seeing everything for how it really is, you know what I mean, and being able to let go of what isn't, quite honestly, Kristen Baskin's in the house. What is that? Much love to you, Kristen Baskin. Says Wolfpack, if you are part of the best YouTube family, let me know with your best how. Oh, you know what? I don't want to be too loud. It's 10 o'clock. Erica's probably sleeping right now. How about that, huh? So, yeah, as far as like, as far as the me being drunk, let's see here if I'm drunk. Let's see if Charlie is drunk. Let's hear. DJ Two Legs. Isaac is now DJ Two Legs. From now on, Charlie will be referred to as Elsa because he can't seem to let it go. So look at that. Charlie can't seem to let go of the fact that his sisters falsely accused him of rape. Charlie can't let go of the fact that Michael coached his nephew into saying that he gave him drugs and alcohol. Charlie can't get over the fact that Jennifer called the police on her mother and accused her mother of trying to kill her kids with a butcher knife, and then let Isaac go on live stream and talk shit about it. Charlie won't get over the fact that Isaac bullied JC into almost removing his complete Facebook account. Like, why should I have to get over this? Why should I have to get over it? Is that what they're saying now? Oh, Charlie, get over it. Get over it, Charlie. They accused you of that shit. We all know it's a lie. We don't have to say it's a lie. Get over it, Charlie. How funny is that? They can't defend a damn thing that I have said. So instead they say, go get over it. Yeah, Jennifer accused you of rape. Get over it. Rick Britton says 550 was the one talking crap yesterday. 550 is always the one talking crap. You know what I mean? Like, and then whenever you've got something else to say, like, you know what I mean? He's got to be like, oh, upset, blah, 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 blah. Oh, goodness gracious. Has Michael done another song? Dear Dad. Oh, justice for Charlie. Look at that. Michael's tweeting justice for Charlie. Maybe there should be some justice for Charlie, Michael. Come clean and admit. Why do I have to just let go of y'all's lies? No, I'm going to be frozen on it. How do you like that, Isaac, for puns? How do you like that for metaphors? Nah, this Elsa's going to stay frozen on it, and she's going to stay cold and bitter at them, at your boss man, until they admit their lies. I'll be frozen on this. What do you think about that? How do you guys like that? They can't even defend a damn thing that I've said about them. All they can say is, Charlie won't let it go. That feels like a win to me, bro. That feels like a super big win to me right there, bro. I feel like I can pop my hood on that one. I feel like T-Grizz a little bit. Bro, I'm telling you, man. You throw me out to the wolves, I come back leading the damn pack. How about that shit? I love it, man. Mickey, you got my back, homie. Got me a big powerhouse on my side right there. And my dude Mick, much love to you, man. Why should I let it go, Mick? They're all making fun. Elsa. Charlie's like Elsa. He's frozen on it. He's cold. He won't let it go. Crystal Baskin says, pop your collar up, Charlie. Dawn of the Dead says, they always say Charlie's drunk. Why? Yeah. It's all they got, you know? And there you go. There's Jennifer once again. How dare you sit there and talk shit about my past drug use? And then they turn right around. Charlie's drinking. Rather than facing their bullshit, Brenda wants to hear the Charlie voice, the Dave voice. Hey, Charlie, I wouldn't stick my tongue to that pole there, Charlie. It's 38. It's negative 38 degrees out there, Charlie. Hey, Charlie, you kind of need this job, Charlie. Like, no, I don't. Yeah, you kind of do, Charlie. No, I don't. And I ain't talking shit. I'm sorry, Dave. I love you, man. I'm not trying to rekindle anything over there or whatever. But, you know, it did kind of get to me the other day, you know, whenever I had a friend over here that was asking questions and stuff. And he had asked about Dave, you know. And he was just like, you know, what the hell made Dave turn on you so fast, you know? And then it just reminded me of how Dave was going out there telling everybody that I called my daughter fat, you know, and my daughter was watching my videos at the time. So I'm pretty sure that she saw the video of Dave telling everybody that I called her fat and stuff like that. And he pretty much just did that to hurt her feelings, you know, and that's something that I kind of it's hard for me to get over. So that's maybe I just kind of threw a jab right there, but I apologize. You know, life is about moving on and shit, you know, and yeah, you know, I have moved on with Dave, you know. It's a little harder to get over with family, you know what I mean? It really is quite honestly, you know. And like I say, it's one of those things that I won't get over, you know, until they apologize, you know, until they apologize and come clean for their own bullshit, you know. I mean, I will still continue to live my life and build my shit properly, you know, but I have no problem coming forward and telling them about their asses and calling them out on their bullshit. I have no problem at all, you know. Oh shit, Julianne says, which guy did you sleep with his wife? Oh God. Gross. That was a horrible time right there, dude. Nikki Flockavelli's husband. What was his name? Shit, I don't even remember. Dylan. Oh man. But like if it was any consolation, no, this is fucked up, guys. If it was any consolation, I wasn't the only one. I would listen to them have an argument one night. And he brought up like fucking 5 people that he said she messed with in that year. So I was like, I need to go get my shit checked. I need to go get my shit checked. And yeah, man, like I was that was really a hobosexual kind of thing, man. Like I said, I had nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Like Michael was fresh into paying Isaac, you know, to harass me and dox me and shit. They weren't letting me come back home. And then they, you know, eventually they had gotten a hold of Nikki and turned her on me too, you know. But at the time I had nowhere to fucking go, you know, and damn Nikki, she was damn near chasing me around the house, pinching me on my ass and shit. Like, fuck. You know, like how far does a man go? How many times does a man say no? I know you're supposed to. I would have gone all the way. I never would have caved in had I had somewhere else to go. You know, and I hate this, you know, I hate to put a blow to Nikki's ego like that, but there you have it, you know, like I just had nowhere else to freaking go. Yeah, so I mean, I succumbed to that moment of weakness. It's cost me my life, guys. I don't know if y'all remember me telling y'all the story, but things were going sideways quick. I was drinking again. I was eating ecstasy for the first time in my life. I was getting good and fucked up, guys. Like Nikki had this friend that had this big old bag of X that nobody else was buying, so he was selling them to us $3 and $5 a pill, dude. And this shit was so speedy, man. I was just getting so spun the fuck out, man. I was getting more fucked up after rehab than I ever had while I was before rehab, you know. And man, things were just all turned around and shit. And me and damn Nikki, we ended up, you know, sleeping with each other a few times and shit. And you know, and Dylan was suspicious, you know, because he's then had her cheat on him so many times. You know, you eventually you get to see the warning signs, you know, and he saw it all over her face, you know, and he was trying to find out what was going on. And I guess somebody had gotten in touch with him and let him know, you know, that it was me that in fact was messing around with Flop. And they would go on to show him screenshots, you know, where she would admit to that fact, you know. And man, I almost died that night, man. Dylan came back into the house. Flock was gone. She went to freaking Maine or some shit like that, and he was gone. He was out, you know, trying to get his head right, man. His life is falling apart. You know, his wife is fucking around on him, and I regret it, man. I seriously regret it. That's why I'm sitting here telling y'all the exact truth of what happened, you know, because I do regret it. I was completely in the wrong for it. I should have just packed up my shit and went and slept on the side of the fucking road in the woods somewhere, you know, rather than, you know, putting an extra notch into, you know, their fucked up relationship, you know. But instead I put my lot in there with the rest of them, you know. And he came home and he's like, yeah, man, I figured out who's sleeping with my wife. And Dylan, man, like I said, Dylan, he was an all right guy. He was a bit of an asshole, but he worked, you know, and his record was clean enough where he owned a concealed carry permit. He could walk around with a gun wherever he fucking wanted, you know. And he did, in fact, walked around with a gun everywhere. And so I'm sitting there in the room, and he's like, I know who's sleeping with my wife. And I was like, oh yeah, who's that? And he's like, it's you, motherfucker. And I couldn't even look at him, man. I was just sitting there looking right here, and he was just looking at me. And I was like, yeah, what you gonna do? Like, I really thought this motherfucker was about to pull out his pistol and shoot me fucking dead. You know, I really thought that he was just about to do it because, like, you know, that would have been a crime of passion. You see this shit happen all the time. You put on you know, in Discovery ID or whatever, same fucking story I just described to you, same scenarios, and end in murder and bloodshed. You know, and I seriously was just waiting for that that 9mm just enter and exit. You know, and I couldn't have said it wouldn't have been my fault. You know, because I did it. You know, and but he didn't. He contained himself. You know what I'm saying? He did. You know, because quite frankly, this wasn't the first time he's been put in this situation with this woman. You know, so you know, I think he knew how to handle himself. You know, and he did. He left. Boom. He left for the night, and just when I come back tomorrow, I want your shit gone. You know, and I did. I bounced. You know, went ahead and left, you know. And that's that story with oh my God, guys. That was a hell of a story, man. You know, like no matter what, bro, you know, never take advantage of somebody's trust like that. You know what I mean? Damn. You know, like Dylan did let me in. You know, Dylan didn't have any interest in being a YouTube star. If you guys remember, Dylan was never wanting to be in the videos with Flockbelly, and you know, just yeah, you know, he still said okay, was willing to help me out and stuff, and you know, I did do him dirty. You know, I've got to admit that, and put it all out there and walk on. You know, hopefully. You know, Dylan would maybe at one point maybe forgive me, you know. You know, if not, you know, then that's it. You know, I understand. And I'll do my best to try and stay out of the man's way, you know. And yeah, you know, that's about all I can really say for that, you know, because yeah, you know, but like I say, you know, just like Rick Britton says, you know, it's all in the past. You're doing good now. And yeah, that's what matters the most. You know, so many people are hung up on my past, you know what I'm saying? Because my future and where I am currently in life is far greater than theirs. You know what I mean? Like they can't. There's nothing about my present right now that they can come out and they can talk shit on. You know what I mean? So they resort, to old shit Charlie did, past Charlie. You know what I mean? and I can live with that. You know what I mean? Because I've come to terms with the old Charlie. I've come to terms with all this old bullshit decisions of my past. I've um, come clean. I've admitted them. I've manned up to them, and I've moved on. You know what I mean? Where they are still stuck on that shit. You know what I mean? And I guess in a certain, that's another thing. How the hell am I still stuck on this when they're the ones that are still talking about Charlie raping them? You know? Isaac wants to talk about letting shit go. Hell, he's still holding on to the fact that I talked that shit about his kids. I don't know how many times I had to admit, I was fucked up and talked some shit about his kids and said I was going to rape his wife and kids. I admit that. If you guys remember, he did a music video talking about me raping my own daughter. How many of y'all remember his song? Want to talk about rap? Isaac would do a song insinuating that I raped my daughter. Yeah, we all know what you did. Yeah, just come clean and admit it, you sick motherfucker. So that went ahead and threw me into a state. I got all fucked up and was like, you want to talk about me raping my kids? I'll rape your kids, Boom, I shouldn't have said it, but I did, Isaac would go on to donate to me. Back in 2017, Isaac would donate to me and say, oh man, it's all water under the bridge. Don't sweat it. Let me see here. It's all water under the bridge. Don't sweat it, Charlie. Let's see here. BR, yeah. Charlie. Yeah. The wrong one. Anyway, he would give me donations and stuff saying, I forgive you, Charlie. Don't worry about it. It's water under the bridge, and then turn right around and be like, oh, well, no, I choose to hold on to that. I choose when and where to let shit go. You know what I mean? So, you want to talk about letting shit go? Who's the one that's still holding on to shit for 3 fucking years? Lee Wade in the house. Much love to my friends from Mayberry. Shout out to Mayberry. Much love to the whole family in Mayberry that Isaac and Michael turned on. Y'all want to talk about horrible people? Let's talk about the family from Mayberry. The whole family that Isaac gave a fucking Xbox One to, and then turned around and rolled on them, all because they got too close to the family. We'll talk about that, Jennifer? Whenever Jacob was in the hospital and there was nobody there but you, so your friends from Mayberry came all the way from fucking Mayberry, North Carolina, all the way down to Summerville, South Carolina, just to be with you and the boys when Jacob was hurting. And then Michael would come up to the hospital and he would see your friends there and he would raise hell, wondering why the fuck they're trying to muscle into the family. And then he would say, get him, Isaac. And then Isaac would systematically destroy a whole family that were his mods. They were mods for his fucking channel. Hold on. These people were close friends of the family. They were there when Dad passed to help watch the boys and stuff. They helped out so much that my mom would give them one of Dad's shirts. Go ahead, say that's not Dad's shirt. It's the same shirt that he's wearing whenever Isaac met him. Go ahead and say it's not the same shirt, Isaac. Yet share that pic that you met of my dad. He's wearing the same fucking shirt. And it even smells like him. Mom would want to thank them for everything that they did for the family, and she would give them a shirt. Then they would get turned on and abused, and they would have to go into fucking hiding. All because they tried to be there for the family. in a time of need. Where were you at? What'd you do to them, Jennifer? You turned right around and rolled on them. Made up all kinds of horrible lies and excuses, horrible lies and bullshit about this family. All because Michael said, get them. It hurt these people so badly, what Jennifer and what Michael and what Isaac did to these people, that they wanted me to have this. That they didn't want, that they still cared for the family, but it just didn't mean the same to them anymore. Kind of like how Erica told Jennifer tonight, I loved you guys. I watched you every single day. I defended you guys. And then you started on me. You turned me against you. And then they turned this wonderful, beautiful family against them so much that they didn't even want Grandpa's shirt anymore. That they said that once they fucking learned exactly who this family really was and how they treated people, that they didn't even want the shirt anymore. And that they felt that it should come back to me because, you know, they've seen all the bullshit that I was put through, everything that I was denied. Melted Fondue Dave, what is up, brother? Says, thing is, you are seeing the world through sober eyes now. Boom. And man, like I say, like, man, this last few weeks alone, these last few weeks, man, I'm really seeing things even more differently. Like, I'm feeling like a certain change going on in my life right now. I am seeing things so differently now. Well, not so differently, you know what I mean? But like, it's almost like a veil is another veil is being lifted. Like, there are different levels, you know, different veils, you know, different times in your life. You feel like you reach a certain sense of awakening, you know what I mean? Like 7, 12, 15, 21, 29, 32, 39, you know, certain ages, you know what I mean? You feel like, you know, you just attain this a new sense of understanding about the world, you know, and I feel like that's where I am right now, and I think a great deal of it has to do with you know, me being sober. You know, I'm almost 6 months sober, and you know, that can't be hurting my you know, my growth, honestly, you know. So yeah, quite honestly, that's all they've got. That's all they've got to say about what I've got to say is let it go. Just let go of the shit, Charlie. I will let go of it once me and the family get together and they admit their shit, you know. Brandon Lejeune, what is happening? Slip ZHD, what's up? One thing that's annoyed me, if Mike claims to be a millionaire, etc., why hasn't he bought your mom a place? Surely she deserves to have something in her life. Mom doesn't feel she deserves anything in her life, you know. And I guess apparently Michael doesn't feel she does neither, you know. If you really love and care for people, you'll do without asking, you know. You know, you wonder why Mike hasn't done it for her. It's because he doesn't want to. You know, if Michael wanted to, he would have already done it, you know. And I really think that that's maybe a question you need to ask Michael. Like, Michael, why won't you? You know, why not? You know, like, yeah, you're a millionaire. Why don't you do for mom, you know? It's because, you know, he does for Bridget's mom. Like, y'all see that he started Bridget's mom's cleaning business. Like, they're the only house that she cleans. You know, Michael's bought her a car, a new single wide. You know, he does for Bridget's family, you know. So I don't know. Justin Farrell says, what happened with JC? I mean, apparently, you know, Jennifer pushed him over the edge. You know, JC was already a troubled boy, you know, with no guidance or direction of any kind. You know, his mom and his whole family, you know, are all just, you know, worried about views and followers and shit. You know what I mean? That, you know, that he reached out elsewhere, you know. had no direction, no guidance. Y'all never saw the boy play any sports. You know, you never saw them go anywhere. You never saw Michael spend any sort of time with these kids. You know what I mean? And in fact, you saw JC was running away. JC wanted to get away from that house. JC needed to get out of that toxic environment, you know, and Jennifer just kept pulling him back in until finally he had enough. And apparently they say that he beat Jennifer with her own crutches. She ran her mouth to him for the last fucking time. And he got frustrated. And in a moment of anger and rage, he made a very unfortunate mistake that he's going to have to live with for a very long time. You know? But, you know, I you know, you've got to man up for your own actions. You know, you got to man up for your own action. JC's going to have to accept the fact that he's got, you know, this assault on his record now, you know, from his mother, you know. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. You know, we've all seen them fake bullshit more than once. Jennifer very well could have just called the cops and blamed JC for beating her, just like she did Mom. Mom claims that she did not chase those boys around with a butcher knife. I would tend to believe that Mom didn't chase the boys around with a butcher knife because Jennifer invited Mom over last weekend to watch the boys while Jennifer went out for her birthday. You know, I don't see you inviting. That's like Marge Simpson inviting SpongeBob. I mean, that's like Marge Simpson inviting Sideshow Bob to her house to watch Bart and Lisa, knowing that Sideshow Bob's been tried to kill Bart on how many instances? If Mom was Sideshow Bob, Jennifer wouldn't have let her over. You know? So, you know, I really believe that Mom did not chase those boys around. And I can almost believe that Jennifer made up some shit about JC. JC very well could be innocent in all this. You've all seen Mike and Bridget fake a bruise on Bridget's eye and then call the police and say that I hit her. It's not far-fetched to believe that Jennifer would do the same thing to JC. Especially if I show you the screenshots in here where Jennifer's laughing and joking, hoping that JC doesn't get raped in the booty. I showed y'all those screenshots. Google is a piece of shit. Thank you so much, brother. So did Isaac go down on Tina D in Mike's pool house? Oh, my God. Well, he didn't go up on her, that's for sure. Got to think once Isaac goes down, it's hard for him to get back up too. So he was probably going down for quite a while. Woo! I'll never forget whenever Tina tried to get some out of me. Oh my God! I told y'all that story, right? It was like New Year's Eve. I believe it was New Year's Eve, and oh man, like New Year's Eve, and Dad didn't want me drinking, right? So he bought me O'Doul's. Dad bought me some O'Doul's, right? And so I'm sitting there drinking the fake O'Doul's, you know, while they're all having their beer and having a good old time. But the party is kind of tame, right? So Michael and Dad agreed to let me have a couple of beers just so I can spice things up. I don't know if y'all remember that you know, it was the 4th of July or the New Year's where you can clearly tell I got me a good buzz going, but I'm just having fun, you know. And I'm starting to get a good buzz going on. I go into the kitchen and I grab me another beer, you know. I'm trying to hide it from everybody, you know, because they don't want anybody knowing that they're letting me, you know, have anything to drink, you know, because I've got a problem with it, you know. But they felt that they can contain that, you know, because, you know, Dad, I'm not going to sit there and get shit-faced, obliterated, you know, belligerent, wasted in front of my father at my dad's house. I'll go straight to fucking jail, you know. Anyway, so I'm like half lit, you know, and I'm in the kitchen. I'm going to get me another beer or whatever and hide it and shit. And I look up and boom, there's Tina, and we're sitting right there. I'm right there at the refrigerator where Dad's refrigerator was, you know, and had the counter beside it. And I turned around and there's Tina right in front of me. And she's something like, "Oh, what's up, Bo? What you looking at tonight?" Or something like that, you know. And I'm like, yeah, guys, I can't even remember exactly what all was said, bro. But she said something, and I'm like what? I'm like, what does that even mean, or something? And she's like, "I'm talking about you and me, Bo. I'm talking about you and me, Bo. What's up?" Swear to God, she's like, I'm talking about you and me, Bo. What's up? And she puts her arm like right here over the refrigerator. It's kind of like, oh, trying to get me to come into those lips, And I'm just like, no, thank you. Squeeze up under her arm and I'll walk away. And she's talking about you're lost or something. But oh my God, guys, like she tried to get something out of me. She wanted Charlie to do the lizard lick. I wasn't getting down on it though. Coda 2003, what's up? Says if he actually came clean and is doing better, then make it up to the family because there was a reason why he wasn't at the funeral. Charlie, if you don't make it up to the family, Mia won't have no uncle. Why do you keep bringing up the children in here? First off, let's see here. I was at the funeral. Isaac wasn't at the funeral. Do y'all remember why Isaac was not at the funeral? He came up with some other bullshit, disrespectful thing. I couldn't be there because of my grandma. My grandma died and it hurt you so bad I couldn't go to your dad's fault. I couldn't be there for you guys. Fuck you. And I love it, bro. I love how they're trying to talk about family and stuff. There is no family here until they come clean with their bullshit, Coda. You know what I'm saying? I've got a family and Erica's family. They're beautiful, wonderful people. They're fixing to give us a damn 09 Jeep. You know what I mean? They're here for us every step of the way. You know what I mean? And they've watched all this shit go down too. You don't think that Erica's mom wasn't watching whenever damn Michael paid Isaac to go live and try to get Erica to lose her job? You don't think Erica's family hasn't watched this shit? You don't think, Jennifer, you don't think that Erica's family, you don't think Erica's mom doesn't have a Twitter? You don't think Erica's mom hasn't messaged Erica and been like, oh, look what Jennifer said. Ha, 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 ha. She just don't come out there and talk shit back like Bridget's mom, Cindy, does. You see Cindy on there. Cindy's fucking almost 50 years old out there acting like a fucking fool, talking shit like some fucking 14-year-old. Erica's mama doesn't do that shit because she's a mature woman. That's why Erica doesn't do that shit, because she was raised by a mature woman. But they sit there and watch everything that you say. They've watched and listened to everything that all of you have said. Erica's mom has defended me numerous times, regardless. She didn't have to. But she's quick to tell you, oh, Charlie's not drinking. Charlie's been good. Charlie's got a job. Charlie's been taking care of my daughter. You think a mom's gonna sit there and lie and just turn a blind eye? That's why Isaac and Nicole's mom don't get along, because Nicole's mom doesn't agree with the way that Isaac treats her daughter. I wouldn't either. So don't, like I say, don't sit here and try and talk. Yeah, just like Isaac, I've still got it recorded. I've still got it recorded on Erica's iPad 2 years ago when Isaac tried to get me to come back over. Don't you care about your family? Your family, your family, your family. And yet, how many times has Michael wrote Charlie off, took Charlie out of the damn memorial photo and videos and shit? Did songs, burning bridges, and Charlie beating his dad and shit. He's done for good. How many times have they wrote me out of their lives and claimed me, not blood related and shit, and just to turn right around and say, don't you love your family? I do love my family. I love Erica and her mom and them. And you know what? I love Michael and them too. But they've got to come clean. Like, there is no repairing that will be done until they come clean. Timothy Flames, Cindy is in her 50s, correct? Yeah. Nick R says Jennifer fakes working. How pathetic is that? How pathetic is that? And the thing is, they've been living their lives so long that they start to believe it. Like I say, that's what kind of baffled me tonight. Jennifer sitting there going off on Erica privately, talking fake shit, and still holding true to their fucking bullshit. And then Erica's like, yo, you ain't got to make shit up to get mad. You know, if you want to come at me and you want to talk shit and you want to discuss shit, that's one thing. But don't come at me with false bullshit, shit that you know is fucking fake, because we're not going anywhere with that. Joey Sherilyn says Jennifer is cool. Well, you know, hey, and also as Joey says, Jennifer, Joey, you're a psycho. I'm not the one with the mental health history. I'm not the one that's been seeing Red Man. I'm not the one that I'm sure needs to be re-diagnosed. Okay. Jennifer is cool. If you really think that having no job, calling the police on your son and your daughter, living in your brother's house, if you think that is cool, bro. And Becky says, oh no, Red Man. No, Red Man, Jenny. Watch out for Red Man. Talk about psycho. Jennifer was seeing and hearing fuckers in her head. Probably still does. But I'm the psycho. I had to get all of us kids had to get a therapist and shit because we were scared of Jennifer. Jennifer was so fucking crazy that I had to get a therapist to figure out how to deal with her as a 12-year-old boy. I'm a 12-year-old child, like, man, I can't go to sleep tonight. My sister's been hearing and seeing things. She might fucking kill me. She was hiding fucking knives and shit under her bed. Woke dad up in the middle of the night with a knife to his throat. But I'm the psycho. Satine Durkar says, you lived in your brother's house. Lived! Guys, why are we still talking about the past? Why don't y'all come at me right now? I'm talking about everything that's happening now. And all y'all can do is talk in past terms. Yet y'all are the one that are saying, Charlie can't let it go. I'm loving it, bro. I love how we have flipped this script, man. 2 hours in, 200 people watching. Thank you all for watching. Give us a like and a thumbs up, man. If you're loving these truth bombs, there are plenty more to come out. I've got so much more to talk about. Jennifer, I can keep on going. You told me to go live. You didn't care. You told me to tell them that you don't care. I can keep on going, and I will keep on going. If you don't shut up. Coda says, make it up to your family. I will make it up to Erica and my family. Said Mia ain't gonna have no uncle. That's not on me, bro. She is not my daughter. She is not my problem. I don't see why you're trying to put other people's problems off on me. That has nothing to do with me, okay, bro? If Michael don't want her to have a fucking uncle, that's on him. And she won't have an uncle. You know? Don't try to put that on me, because check this out. I had to swallow the fact that me and my daughter weren't together. I had to swallow the fact that I wasn't going to be my daughter's father for all those years, because me and her mom couldn't get along, because her mom wouldn't fucking let me come around, because I wouldn't play her mom's game. You know, so if you think that you're going to sit there and hold my niece over me to make me feel bad, bro, I've done faced more sad realities than you'll ever fucking know, bro. A sad reality that I wasn't in my daughter's life. A sad reality that my daughter, I guarantee you, my daughter fucking hates me right now. That is a sad, sad fucking fact. I bet you my daughter, she loves me, but I bet you she hates me because I hadn't been in her life for so long. She doesn't understand why. You know? I would hate my father if he was never involved in my life and I didn't understand why. You know, it's just the way, you know. But I'm going to be here and I'm going to continue to grow and develop as a man as an adult, as a person, for whenever Erica or whenever Skylar does come to me, I'll be able to explain to her what's going on, hopefully clearly enough that maybe she'll understand some. We don't understand shit in life until we get older and we start living it and experiencing it. You know what I mean? So I mean, there are going to be things that Skylar will understand more as she gets older. You know what I mean? But like right now, man, I guarantee you, Skylar fucking hates me, man. You know, and that's enough to hurt my feelings bad. But it's a fact that I face and that I will repair whenever I have the opportunity. Like they want to sit there and talk all kinds of shit about me not having my daughter and stuff like that. You know, like you can't help what happens in relationships. You can't make people stay together. Just like that's like if Kimberly and Kyle were to split up over their disagreements. They just couldn't get along for the kids, and they split up. And then we start talking shit to Kyle because his kids aren't around. Where are your kids at? Where are your kids at? That's what they're doing to me right now. You know what I mean? They're going after a family issue. And then they want to turn around and talk about leave the kids out of it. Yet they're always so quick to, ask me, where's your daughter, Charlie? You know what I mean? And I'll tell you this, Jennifer, my daughter has been with her mother all of her life. My daughter is about to graduate high school and is fixing to go to college. I'll be paying for that, but I don't care. Her older sister, the one that you called, yeah, you remember that, Jennifer, whenever you called Skylar's older sister a dirty Mexican? Oh yeah, you think you all wonder why Skylar's mom never would work with Jennifer and Isaac as them? How about the day that Jennifer, she sat right there on the phone with her mom and listened to Jennifer call her oldest daughter a dirty little half Mexican bitch? She needed to get the fuck out of the house. Jennifer was pissed because Sandy had to get pregnant at the same time. Sandy wants all my attention. And then starts talking shit about her daughter. This woman, me and Skylar's mama may not get along. We may not see eye to eye. But hell, she's raised my daughter good enough where my daughter's about to graduate high school. My daughter's about to go to college. What about your boys, Jennifer? JC's about to graduate the School of Hard Knocks. Way to go. You want to talk about horrible people? My daughter never had to go live with her grandparents because her mama couldn't get off the dope and couldn't give up the dick. You know? I can keep it up. Timothy Flame says, I feel bad for your nephews. They deserve better. Well, isn't it crazy? Mike's a millionaire, and what do they have? What opportunities are and what privileges are these boys enjoying? They've got it all right there. They've got a family member that has every, opportunity to give them, all that they need to get a leg up in life. And where are they at? Kristen Baskin says, damn, Charlie, let all the tea spill. Nick R says, explains why Jennifer lost her teeth due to dope. And that's what I say. Jennifer's acting weird right now. I really do believe Jennifer's back on something. I believe Jennifer's on something hard. Because she's being extra nasty now. She's acting and talking just completely differently, She's not even acting like herself, I really do believe that Jennifer's on something. And I really do believe that, maybe perhaps DSS should get involved if they're not involved already. And I have to assume that they are involved. JC in jail, Johnny, fresh out of, mental health home. All the warning signs are there. For a state or county institution to be concerned. You know what I mean? And I really feel like Jennifer should be tested, honestly, and reevaluated. I think that she should be drug tested, and then I think that she should be reevaluated by a mental health doctor. Because like she just really seems to be going off the rails, man. Getting meaner and nastier, and just she's being controlled by Michael too. Like she's doing nothing with her life except whatever she's being told. Brandon Lejeune says Jennifer lied through her teeth so much through the years that her teeth done fell the hell out. That's funny. Yeah. Oh man. Brenda Thrash says my heart breaks for those boys. I agree, man. Me too. Like I say, whenever they have an uncle bragging about every opportunity and how, being a millionaire and everything. Just and for them to be in the position that they're in, it is really super sad. Yeah. Noah says coke. You think Charlie is real? I guess somebody says that I'm doing coke. Like, what is it? Like, is Charlie broke or is Charlie not broke? It's whatever fits their narrative, honestly. So let's see here. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good, bro. I just like I say, man, I hold the keys to many, many things. I hold the facts, and the witness to behind the scenes of so many things, that that I will continue to be a thorn in their side for as long as I possibly can. That's just a fact and a promise, Michael and Jennifer. You know, and y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Until you apologize, until we fix this shit. Quite honestly. So. Yeah, man. Other than that, though, you know what I mean? I'm doing really well. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm fixing to start a job, about to make almost $20 an hour. Not quite that much, but doing really well. And yeah, man. Paul, guess you out? All right, man. Have a great night. I'm not far from getting off of here neither. It's 10:46. 220 people here. That's awesome, man. Thank you all for joining and watching, man. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all the love and all the donations, and I appreciate just the ear, y'all giving me an ear, to speak into, and yeah, means a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Behold, Jennifer, behold. Like quite honestly, bro, like, things just aren't the way they used to be. You know what I mean? There was a time that they can come out and they can say Charlie this, that, and the third, and people be like, ooh, and screw Charlie, Those days are long gone, and this is me right here reminding you of that fact. Okay. So Timothy Flame says, get a panel and ask Mike to join like Doug did so he has to listen to you. Michael is not going to want to have anything to do with me until he knows that he can control me. You know what I mean? And that's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? So I just, yeah. But Michael's at the point now where he can't control all of you either. You know what I mean? As far as your opinions of me go, So they're really at the point where they're just, let's ignore it then. You know what I mean? So here they are, not saying anything back. You know what I mean? Isaac trying to make fun of me for hanging on to the bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. You know that this is what they're doing, and I quite frankly I enjoy that. You know what I mean? This is a win for me. You know, and I'm going to continue to win and show you guys that I am better than them. You know, I hate to say that people are better than anyone else. You know what I mean? But in this instance, you know what I'm saying, where Michael and Isaac have directly pit themselves against me, you know what I mean? The only natural result, is for the better man to win. You know what I mean? And, as you all see right now, I am completely fucking winning. Straight up, um, because, YouTube shit is just that YouTube shit. You know what I mean? I'm living real world shit. You know what I mean? I'm not living any false pretenses. You know what I mean? I'm not living any fake ass storylines. You know, I'm not trying to stir up shit, and make up lies and bullshit on a daily basis because it pays my bills. You know what I mean? I have been thrown into this world to carve my own way out of it. And the only way to do that is to be a fucking man, go out there and work, and stand up on your own two legs. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that neither one of you guys have done in a long time. Isaac, Michael, y'all want to sit there and make fun of Tina's legs and losing her toes and shit, and you guys aren't far from it yourselves either. You know what I mean? Quite frankly, man, y'all are, y'all are seriously morbidly overweight. You never leave the house. What good are your legs if you never even fucking use them? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that is another bit of piece of karma that is really about to come back your way in a hard, hard way, and I'm going to be right here to laugh at you when it does, you know? And, you know, that's going to be my retribution. That's going to be my reward, as it were, you know? So, oh, God, hold on. Oh, there goes Charlie talking shit. Hold on. Oh, that didn't even have a smell. I feel robbed. No smell whatsoever, bro. Woo, that was straight wind tunnel shit right there. Oh, man. So, anyways, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and probably hop off right here. With that fart, I shall depart. Kind of like Dad, man. I'll tell you, every time that Dad used to love this little blue Mitsubishi Mighty Max that he had, right? And Mighty Maxes, like, their cabs are fucking shit squeak small, And every time the Dad would get out the truck, he'd do it like this. He'd open the door, he'd put his hand up on the hood, and then he'd kind of rock himself out, and then hold that roof to pull himself out, right? Well, in straining, pulling his weight out of the truck every single day that Dad got out of that truck, he'd rip a massive, nasty fart. And then he'd shut the door on it. Boom. And bro, don't you know that fart would sit in that truck all night, man. There were times where I'd go out in the middle of the night to smoke a doobie with my homie Jason, man, and we'd go sit in Dad's truck so we can cut on the radio and listen to music. And I can't begin to tell you how many times we eventually knew what was happening. We would eventually open the door and just let the fart air out for about 5 minutes before we would ever sit in the truck. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Oh, Dad's fart, or my fart. But yeah, Dad would always, man, fucking trap a fart in that truck, So yeah, it's a little funny night story for you guys right there. Noah, thank you for watching, brother, man. Jordan Yon, Rick Britton, Paul Guest, man, thank you for working that tool for me tonight. Like always, like I say, there isn't too much hate comments that come through here, but I appreciate every bit work that y'all put in for us, man. We love you guys a lot, brother. You and Nikki, man. Bobo, have a great night, man. Rebecca Spratling, Debbie Rutledge, Jennifer Baby K, Bobo Belush, I'm sorry, Belkishan, I'm sorry, brother. Dominic Connolly, Ace Man, thank you, brother, for turning that tool for me. PvP Sign, have a good night, brother, man. Cherica, Charlie and Erica, fan page, I should say, thank you for watching, man. Brandon Lejeune, stay strong, doing what you're doing. Take care of your lady. Definitely, brother. As long as I take care of Erica, she takes care of me, you know, and that's the way relationships should be, you know what I'm saying? 50-50, man. Making good music. Have a great night. Corey Phillips, much love to you, brother, man. Nick R, Tyrese Great, Tiger the Cat, Bree Vegas, Kristen Baskins, Timothy Flames, Tyrese Gray, all y'all guys, man. Thank y'all for watching, man, listening to my troops and stuff, you know. And like I said, I tried to be cool. I tried to be calm. You know what I'm saying? Jennifer wanted to run her mouth to my lady, so I had to come out here and once again let Jennifer know exactly what her ass is. You know what I mean? And let her see how many fucking people are agreeing. There you go, Jennifer. You know, so like I say, until they come clean and shit like that, you know, there will always be a certain amount of animosity and trouble between us, you know. And it's just some things that I will not ever let go, that I'll stay frozen on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like for real, like why should I let go of the lies and bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that they have dumped on me for years? You know, they can't even defend themselves anymore. They can't even be like, well, Charlie did this and Charlie did that. All that they can say now is let it go. You know, and I'll be willing to let it go when Michael comes forward and Jennifer and Kimberly come forward and they admit their lies and their bullshit. You know, and then there we have it, you know. And in the same instance, I tell you, Isaac, let your shit go. Let it go. You already apologized to me once. Let it go, Isaac. Stop grinding your axe over bullshit. Bullshit, you know. And I'm gonna end it there, man. Thank you all. Love you all, man. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Peace. Not yet or yet. I'm done.